The Truth About Lying, a TED Talk summary. This is from Pamela Myers' How to Spot a Liar. It was a TED Talk done by her. TED Talks stands for Technology, Entertainment, and Design, and it's a free. You can go online and watch, hundreds or thousands, even maybe, of these TED Talks with professionals of all ages in all areas of expertise, talking about really important things that are relevant to society today, from Ebola to politics to saving children in West Africa and what is happiness and why are we in this universe, multiple universes, just endless topics. It's fascinating and it's free to watch online, so definitely check it out. And I'll have a link below for this particular TED Talk. But this is just a summary about lying for the purposes of my channel, which is about cheating and deception in relationships. So these facts and things that I picked up from this TED Talk should shed some light on your relationship and lying in your relationship as well. So the first thing she says is that lying is a cooperative act, because one person is lying and the other person is receiving the lie and perceiving it to be true or false. So lying is a cooperative act. That's pretty interesting. Lying isn't always bad, because sometimes we lie to protect ourselves or others with no intention of malice. So we don't intend to hurt the other person by lying. Often we do, but sometimes we don't. Sometimes we're trying to deceive them, but deceive them because we don't want to hurt them. I like your sweater. I didn't get your text. Stuff like that we say all the time to not hurt people's feelings. If you don't want to be deceived, know what you're hungry for, and therefore vulnerable to solutions and examples of given by people who could be conmen. This is a very simplified version of something that Pamela talked about. Basically, we're deceived because we want things. A con man comes up to us offering us rags to riches, become a millionaire overnight, and because we're hungry for being a millionaire overnight, in very simple terms, to become rich, we're deceived by obvious lying or deception in their pitch, and it's all because we're hungry for this. We desire what they're giving us, even if what they're giving us is just false. So when someone compliments your t-shirt and you want to be complimented for your t-shirt, you might not detect the deception that they don't really care for your t-shirt because of your hunger for their acceptance and liking of your t-shirt, to be very simplistic about it. Facts. Here are some facts that she stated during the TED Talk. The larger your neocortex, which is the part inside your brain, the more likely you are to lie. So in various species, the larger the neocortex, the more likely you'll lie. She used the example of a gorilla who had the capacity to lie, which is significant. Whereas a fish cannot express itself and therefore cannot lie, and has a smaller neocortex, if any at all. Not an expert in neuroscience. Strangers lie 3 times within the first few minutes of meeting each other. That's pretty significant. We lie more to strangers than to coworkers. Extroverts are more likely to lie than introverts. Women lie more to protect other people, whereas men lie about themselves 8% more of the time. We're against lying in society, but we're really for it. Lying is a part of our culture and it's useful to us. More truths. A fake smile can be detected. A real smile is in the eyes, a fake smile is in the mouth. Liars often freeze their upper bodies and don't fidget. We often associate fidgeting with lying, but really, liars often freeze their upper bodies. Same with looking with eye contact. We think that if liars don't make eye contact, we think liars don't make eye contact, but really they often look in the eyes too much to compensate for the lie. There's so much deception out there these days. ID thefts, con artists constantly pulling things, and politics. But we can get past it and learn to tell when someone's lying and when someone's telling the truth, and to be more trusting of people. Now, she used the example of Bill Clinton's declaration that I did not have sexual relations with that woman. And she analyzes it by saying that there's such thing as non-contracted denial, the use of formal language, where he says, I did not. And then when he says, with that woman is distancing language. It distances himself from his secretary by not naming her by name, by saying that woman, just that woman, objectifying that woman. So those are just two of the clues in his little speech that indicate that he was lying about having sex with that woman. Obviously there were more. Now, duping delight is something she talks about in the TED Talk. Smiling happily when you get away with something. It's not really so obvious, like you're grinning, but it's this slight, like, smirk almost. She showed a couple videos of people getting away with telling a lie or telling, a half-truth and getting away with something, and that expression on their face they weren't able to contain. She talks about emotions, like anger becoming contempt. Once you're at contempt, you've been dismissed. An indicator that the person is feeling that emotion is one lip corner pulled up and in. Sorry, I don't have a picture of that. Deception may follow. Facts. In interrogation, people's feet point towards the exits. They put barriers between themselves and the interrogator. But these are just behaviors and not proof of deception. So when you see clusters of them, that's closer to proof, but that's not proof. So that goes back to my cause, which is cheating spouses, cheating partners, and how you can have a bunch of evidence and that doesn't amount to proof, but it's closer to proof. You can see signs of deception or things they're doing, like talking on their cell phone more than usual or being secretive about their email, and when they add up, that gives them more weight than individually. So check out the full TED Talk online. I'll put the link below, and check out my website on cheating for your free ebook. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this TED Talk